was my Jose impression. Sorry, I'm not Jose from Upstate Music Mind, the singer.
No, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. It reminded me of a little bit of T-Pain action.
Oh, thank you, dude.
If you put a tiny bit of auto-tune on that shit, you would have sounded just like him.
All right, season 6, I'm getting an auto-tune thing where anytime I want to, I can hit auto-tune and sing it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, for you and me both, season 6, let's have that. That'll be cool.
I have a basic one on my computer.
Do you really?
We'll mess with it later. Folks, welcome back to the Upstate Music Mind Podcast. It's your boys, of course, Ryan Stearns, RC,
Dr.
Love Beats, and Mr. Bill Kerrigan behind the glass.
Bill Kerrigan.
The newly promoted executive producer.
Yes, sir.
And if you heard last episode, you heard it live on air.
Yep. And here another sound effect from my buddy Bill. Thank you. That's exactly how we feel.
Never mind.
If you think that first one was a sound effect, it wasn't. Anyway, never mind.
Today,
wet one. Those are all real.
Today we do have a new artist on the show. He's a touring artist.
Love this.
And his name is Bryan Beilanski, and he's going to be playing a show very soon in South Carolina. He tours all around, folks, all around the universe. Not even just South Carolina.
I love it.
In the States. But he's going to be coming on June 27th at the Isle of Palms in South Carolina at the Dingy Tap Room and Kitchen. Bryan Beilanski, I think we should not hesitate, my friend.
Let's call up Bryan.
Let's give this gentleman a phone call. And
let's call him up before he gets to my dinghy.
Before he gets to my dinghy.
In Isle of Palms. But
a lot of dinghies getting to in the Isle of Palms. Vacation season.
Calling right now.
Hello, this is Bryan.
Bryan, this is Ryan and Ryan from the Upstate Music Mind Podcast. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Ryan and Ryan, I'm doing great. Thanks. I hope y'all are too.
We are, and we do appreciate, at least, even though you're not a Ryan, you do spell Bryan R-Y-A-N, B-R-Y-A-N, so.
We're still...
Oh, yeah. You got to love that spelling, right? It's a great name.
You're still one of our brothers. Bryan and Ryan's were brothers, okay? You can't have a Bryan without a Ryan.
And just really quick, before we get into business, your middle name's not Christopher by chance, is it?
It's actually Alan.
Alan, okay.
Yeah.
Close. And RC, you'll think this is funny. Side note, I met somebody named Ryan yesterday, and his last name was McMurray. Okay. And I was like, so he's a Ryan Mick. And I said, Bud, tell me right now your middle name's Christopher. And he's like, I will say that for you. It wasn't really.
Okay.
He said it was like Josh.
Bryan, just to give you a little background here, we've met multiple Ryan Christophers, and we're both Ryan Christophers ourselves. So we always have to investigate.
Oh, that's cool. And you know what? A little fun fact. Before I went solo and I played in a band with two Ryans, both spelled with a Y, R-Y-A-N.
Nice.
Nice.
We're taking over.
We all three need to start a band.
All right, so Bryan, you are based out of the Charlotte, North Carolina area. We've had an artist or two based out of that area as well. We are the Upstate Music Mind Podcast, but of course we promote the bands in the surrounding areas as well. And you are going to be coming to South Carolina here soon on June 27th. And just so you know, this episode is releasing on the 24th, just to give you a heads up. But,
very cool. Well, awesome.
Yeah, man. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about your style and kind of what you bring to the table for everybody who hasn't heard you yet?
Sure. Well, you know, the name's Bryan Beilanski of the Bryan Super Happy Fun Time Tour, and my whole musical thing is based on relentless touring. So I'm currently touring to support Bryan's Super Happy Fun Time 3, and I'm going to be back down there in Isle of Palms, South Carolina at the Dingy on June 27th. So I'm looking forward to making it back there. Played there several times, but as far as my music, it's I like to just call it rock and roll. It's catchy, it's energetic. The name's Super Happy Fun Time, so I got to try to live up to my name for sure with the songs.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that, dude. I love that so much.
Yeah, you should have seen our smiles beam across the room when you first said the name there.
Nice.
You probably felt the energy just lighten up.
What about,
cool.
So I know you said just rock and roll here, but are there some influences that maybe kind of can help us get an idea of your sound before we lay down some music for everybody?
Oh, absolutely. People lately have been comparing me a lot to Buddy Holly meets the Ramones. I hear that a lot.
Interesting.
Definitely got like some Beatles influence and Tom Petty and, you know, basically kind of like a retro rock kind of feel. But there's some contemporary stuff in there too. So I try to keep it fresh yet familiar at the same time.
I love that, dude. I'm already down with it. I hadn't even heard a lick. I'm already down with it right this second.
Cool.
Yeah, man, we're having a super happy fun time already on this episode. I know that you are loading up and getting ready because you're a busy touring man, so we don't want to take too much of your time. So I wanted to kind of jump into some of the music here. We like to play at least a track from every artist on the show. Is there a recent single or something specific you have in mind that you'd like everybody to hear?
People like Rock the Library a lot, if you want to play that one.
Rock the Library.
I love it.
All right.
Rock the Library. Bryan Beilanski.
Well, honey, I know what you need. I like to write, you like to read. I really like the way you look. Are you gonna check out my library book? Cause I'm your host with the most rockin' libraries, coast to coast on I-10, I-20, I-30, 40, I-50, I-60, I-70, 80. Love you, baby, I don't mean maybe. You're hotter than mashed potatoes and gravy. Now I'm your host, A-OK, rockin' libraries, USA. Yeah, you look so cute in your glasses, studying for college classes. No fails, only passes, sweeter than Alabama molasses. And I'm your host with the most rockin' libraries, coast to coast on I-10, I-20, I-30, 40, I-50, I-60, I-70, 80. Love you, baby, don't mean maybe. You're hotter than mashed potatoes and gravy. And I'm your host, A-OK, rockin' libraries, USA, yeah. Rock, rock, rock the library. 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 I'm your host, A-OK, rockin' libraries, USA. Let's rock. Yeah, honey, I know what I need. I like a girl who likes to read. Come on, baby, I'm no fool. I know that the library's cool, and I'm your host with the most rockin' libraries, coast to coast on I-10, I-20, I-30, 40, I-50, I-60, I-70, 80. Love you, baby, don't mean maybe. You're hotter than mashed potatoes and gravy. Now I'm your host, A-OK, rockin' libraries, USA.
All right, rock the library. Folks, if you do happen to rock a library, please get a permit or something and don't disturb all the students in their studying. But yeah, do you want to tell, I mean, I guess we normally set up the songs before, but do you want to tell us briefly kind of what inspired maybe that song and what kind of the story is behind it?
Well, sure. You know, on my tours, basically, I spend my whole days before my shows hanging around in libraries, sending emails to kind of like, you know, organize my tours, book shows, promote shows. So that song kind of came about from that. And I actually have played a couple shows at libraries. And of course, you know, set it all up. I didn't just show up with the guitar and spontaneously start rocking and rolling. But yeah, I actually have played a few shows at libraries, one in Rhode Island and one in Sweden.
Wow.
Sweet. Oh, another Sweden reference. I love it. I love it.
UMMPod Nation loves us in Sweden for some reason. So
Cool.
This is going to be one of our most popular episodes. I can already tell.
Nice.
Also,
Yeah. Just got done touring in Europe earlier this year, and yeah, had several good shows in Sweden. One of which was at that library there in Johanneshav.
Nice.
Wow, dude, you weren't kidding when RC brother over here gave your intro. He said you traveled all over the universe playing. He was not kidding, bro. That is so cool.
Thank you. Thanks a bunch. You know, I'd love to do an off-Earth gig. So far, they've all only been on Earth. But, you know, with the way technology is progressing, I mean, who knows?
Look,
couple decades.
We'll get in contact with our buddy Elon Musk, and we'll send you up to the moon, man. We'll do the first moon gig.
Dude, I saw something where they're talking about and they're going to just build this giant, like, almost elevator lift that goes into space. So, like, you could play in that, and you still would be playing in space, even if you weren't on another planet.
Oh, that would be cool. And yeah, that's definitely something. I actually did a what's that called? That crowdfunding for that a few years ago, trying to get the $200,000 to get the spaceship ride, so I could do a concert in orbit. I didn't make the 200,000 though, so that. But I'll
just a shade under.
Someday. Dude, yeah, just a shade.
Dude, you're the guy for that though. So when this happens though, it's gonna be you. Like put UMMPod Nation. Outer Space performance, Bryan Beilanski. He's ready to go. Happy Good Time Fun Time Tour 5. Let's do this.
Yes.
Right on, man. Yeah, totally.
That's gonna be so cool.
So yeah, Bryan, I know we're promoting your show specifically on the 27th there at the Dingy Tap Room in Isle of Palms, but is there any other gigs, any other announcements you want to make before we start wrapping up?
No, you know what? That's pretty much it. Boy, I really appreciate you guys having me on the show and everything. And man, I am just looking forward. I always have a great time down there in South Carolina. You know, my tours always start or end in South Carolina, so it's always a great time down there. Beautiful state. I'm glad to call it my neighbor.
South Carolina's the bookend of the tours right there. Start it or end it right there.
Sometimes both.
Save the best for first or the best for last. Yeah, man, if you're ever in the Upstate and Greenville area, dude, hit us up and, you know, maybe we can meet up and hang out in person.
I sure will. Well, thank you, Ryan and Ryan. I really appreciate you having me on the show, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Dude, thank you, Bryan.
Thanks,
for being
Bryan.
on the show, bro.
Rock it out. Rock the library. Have a great show tonight, and stay in touch, buddy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take care.
You too.
Right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right, me and Beats here almost did. We almost did it. He kind of left me hanging. So this is what.
Hey, I'm hanging up, bro. What did you think I'm doing?
God, he set me up. I call that the stick shift. I was talking to my coworkers, like, you know, when in this time and day and age, it's been trending to fist bump more than high five or to, you know, dap up. So like a lot of times your hands will just, it's like, no, put me in park. Like, put me in reverse. You know, so I call it the stick shift now. It happens, unfortunately, a lot.
Put me in park. I like that. Because like sometimes I want to call it a turkey. Call it the turkey when you hit like, oh, I'm trying to do the fist bump, but you're giving me a high five.
That looked more like a martial arts.
Sorry, this is so we got to do it like this. Hit it. You. Oh God. See, that was the martial arts. Mine was more gentle.
Folks,
it was a turkey.
I know this is entertaining audio, but you got to get the full grasp here. You got to watch it on YouTube on Plethora Films there, and watch the video episode to get all the magic that's in the studio. Speaking of that, I know, and shout out to Bill for all the help he's given us here this season. You noticed all the sponsors that do scroll on the bottom screen. We do have to still get some more audio verbalize this as well. So I want to give another shout out to our newest sponsor, Hawk Plumbing, and our longest tenured sponsor, Local Q.
Boom.
Also, speaking of Local Q, before we jump into This Day in Music, I want to kind of talk about a couple things we discussed, because this is wrapping up almost the season here. We're getting to the tail end of the season, and I wanted to make sure we talked on a couple things. Local Q, we're still rocking and rolling. Everything's going great out there, but we are reducing the hours to 12. They wanted me to make an announcement here, so just so you know, everybody, you can enjoy all the wonderful beer, wings, games, good times until 12 every night now. Simply just because of insurance, and there's a lot of, you know, I'm sure you guys heard about a lot of things happening with liquor liabilities and stuff like that. So it just made sense for the company to just go to 12 every night. As you know, your grandma says, nothing good happens after midnight. So, but no, I mean, unfortunately, there's been some venues that had to do some more drastic changes, such as the Blind Horse.
Right.
Of course, that was one of the biggest ones. And then there was another something we were going to mention as well. Velofellow has reduced their hours recently as well. Yeah, Golden Grove. I mean, we should have talked about that kind of a couple episodes, honestly. But you know, we're still trying to be optimistic here, and like I said, Local Q's they're doing great. It's just that just makes more financial sense now to just have 12 o'clock.
But
and liability issues.
It's because
and all
of
that
that liquor liability law that's still going on, y'all. That we've been fighting. It's the SC venue crisis.
Right.
It's all lumped together. It's all one thing.
And Sheila Merck announced a new entity, right? Responding to this, it's not the South Carolina venue crisis anymore. It's something different.
Right.
SC Bar and Tavern Association.
Yeah, because Local Q doesn't really have like live bands, but it's affecting Local Q, and Local Q supports music and stuff, but they don't there's not a venue,
right?
And it's affecting them, so it's not part of the venue crisis, but we still need it. It's under the same. It's getting affected just like the venues are.
Right. So go out there and support your local music and venues, and reach out to government officials on some of these liquor liability laws and stuff, and help make an impact here if you can, because a lot of livelihoods depend on our local watering holes. So
yeah, we're allowed to vote. We have a say, and we can tell these people what we want. That's their flipping job, technically. So sorry.
So folks,
hit me with the sound effect, Bill. So this day in music.
So it is time, folks. Okay. Let's see if Beats has his drop sorted.
You know I always absolutely do. Hoo.
This day in music.
Thank you, Matt Crisp. So sudsy. So clean.
So clean. So suds and so clean.
Suds and buds. This day is June 24th. And on this day, 8 years ago, in 2016, Drake set a new chart record with One Dance featuring WizKid and Kyla. Longest #1 single since downloads and streams were included in the ranking. So I know we said that Kendrick won because his birthday was last week.
That's what the kids told us.
Just being impartial.
The kids said,
just being impartial and fair. That giving you a little bit of Drake knowledge.
Don't get me wrong. I like passion fruit and stuff. So, also
on this day, June 24th, in 2007, the White Stripes topped the chart with their 7th and final album, Icky Thump.
Oh man, I just watched a YouTube thing that was Celebrate Michigan, and they had Jack White was playing it, and he was playing one of the songs off Icky Thump, and I was like, dude, golly, is rocking.
So how do you feel about that? When they first broke into the scene, they said that they were brother sister, but they were actually
married.
Weren't they exes at that point already?
Sorry, you're 100% right. They were married at one point, but by the time we knew them as a public front, they were divorced.
So do you think that was the best marketing strategy? I guess it does make sense, because more people are going to think it's cooler and gravitate towards the brother-sister combo than the ex-lovers combo that could break up any second, maybe.
It seems I don't really understand a whole lot of it, but it worked. All of it worked, and I don't understand it. I couldn't tell you why it worked. But I do I like Jack White's music now. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like White Stripes. I wasn't like a crazy fan or anything back then, but
it's insane, honestly, how Jack White has become a legend already. He's a rock and roll Hall of Famer. He's made such an impact on modern rock here in the last couple decades. It's pretty awesome, man.
Right? Yeah, still doing it. He's like kind of like it's like all right, what's real? And he likes kind of like the real deal, like his make the records. He literally makes records with that old record machine or something.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Well, who also is pretty cool?
Who's that?
Born on this day, June 24th, we have Jeff Beck.
Oh man, Jeff Beck's cool.
So there's 3 people born exactly on 1944 on June 24th: Jeff Beck, Chris Wood from Traffic, and Arthur Brown.
Nice. I do like the band Traffic.
Also born on this day is Colin Blunstone from the Zombies. But no,
that's not that song. That's different. It's a different band.
Also,
their song is "It's the time of the season for." It was bad.
Oh man, I enjoyed it.
My bad. Thank you, Bill. I
did enjoy that. Also, happy birthday to Mick Fleetwood.
Oh.
Can you guess he's a part of? Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, guessed it. Shoot, I knew it was on the tip of my tongue.
John Owsley from Dire Straits, Astro from UB40, Kurt Smith from Tears for Fears, Richard Sven Kruspe from Rammstein, and Solange.
That's a lot of good birthdays. I really like Tears for Fears. That's a good one. UB40, very cool.
That's right. So there we go. That's going to wrap up another.
Excellent another.
This day in music.
Yeah, and we're back, and it was a crazy day in music, but it was a beautiful day. I love it. June 24th.
Yes.
Just a quick reminder, just June 24th, tomorrow, Brother Oliver's movie is coming out on Apple TV and Prime. We already heard about it.
Yes, we talked about it last week. We got to say it again.
Check it out, y'all. That's so flipping cool. A movie on Prime and Apple TV.
And those are our friends and brothers and Brother Oliver. So super happy for those guys.
Happy for y'all. Congratulations.
Thanks, Tim. It's the first time we said the same thing on the show. It only took 125 episodes. Well, 124. Wait.
We're almost there.
Am I counting right? I am, right?
Who cares?
Okay, yeah.
I can't
Who does
count.
care?
Well,
I have to. I'm Asian. If I mess up numbers, my dad gets
I
mad.
don't know numbers. I don't know letters.
I'll never
either.
choose the love with you. Trust me.
I should have been a doctor. All right, folks. That's going to wrap up today's episode. It is the penultimate episode of the season, right? Because next week is the finale.
Season finale, y'all. Y'all don't miss the season finale. We're going to have a lot of cool, exciting things I can't even tell you about, but please stick around. Season finale, season 5, happening next episode.
See you next week.
See you then. I'm Dr. Lovebees. That's Ryan Stearns. There's Bill Stearns. Bill
Stearns.
Stearns.
We got married. Happy Pride Month. Just kidding. Sorry.
Letters. Upstate Music Mind. And now we're going to hit the perfect cue. Love y'all. Peace.